So Enid, Oklahoma is an interesting piece because we're a town of right around 50,000 people, not what people would classically think of being rural. However, if I go 2-3 miles north out of town, I'm at my friend's house and he's got his own farm and it's spread out. It's Enid America, we're Central America, we've got a great little town. Nothing will happen here. We did have a situation December 8th this last year and it locked our school down for a couple of hours. We did notice ourselves that we've got to improve our procedures, our safety plans, our response, and it was decent. In fact, I would say it was pretty good, but it can get way better, and I believe that that's what we're working for today, and we're going to keep striving for that constantly.
Enid Public Schools, Enid High School in particular, was the victim of a swatting call where somebody called the local police department and said there was an active shooter on the second floor of Enid High School. Unbeknownst to us, it was a hoax. That swatting call kind of showed our weaknesses, not only our weaknesses as a school, but maybe even how we respond as law enforcement. Mike Fike, who I think at the time was a lieutenant with the Highway Patrol, he approached me about a new state law in Oklahoma that all law enforcement officers, specifically school resource officers, needing to go through laser training. I went through laser training along with Train the Trainer. I sent all 5 of my Enid Public School campus police officers through that training. During those talks, he asked me about run, hide, fight training for the school district. So I submitted that proposal to Enid Public Schools administration.
Jason Priest is our chief. He put this on our radar. And we just jumped on it. We thought this is a great training that's very applicable to our school, applicable to our staff, and obviously our students. We all kicked it around and said, yeah, this is a no-brainer. This is something we need to pursue. The quiz, the registration, creating an account, that was all very user-friendly.
Dealing with LSU, NCBRT along the way has just been, it's been seamless. It's been so easy. They've been very professional. They've been very efficient. We've been way ahead of the game. We have 5 sites at Enid High this morning, getting started. And as lead of the building, everything's very smooth and easy. So very happy with the whole process. And I was just very happy to say, yes, please come and train our staff.
Well, being able to have every employee trained on one day is critical and huge. We have just shy of 900 employees, and I don't know if we've ever done that before, just to be honest with you. I don't know if we've ever been able to bring in a training and facilitate every employee of the district all at once. So this is critical. This is monumental. I hate to be dramatic, but this is pretty monumental to get this many teachers and employees, lunch ladies, custodians, technology, everyone is getting trained. But to dedicate a day, I think it really solidifies the importance of this, and it solidifies how much value and stock we're putting in school safety.
I really hope that through Run, Hide, Fight training that our staff is fully prepared as a principal, having our staff have some knowledge, have some background, feeling prepared is a critical piece of the puzzle for us. And we're on the front line with students, and ultimately, if our team, our administrative team, and all of our school, all of our teachers are well prepared, then we're ready to take care of our kids, and that's huge. And I think that preparedness gives confidence, and from that confidence, then people stay more calm.
There is an instance for all 3 of those. There's an instance to run, hide, and fight. And I hope that we can continue to, just as educators continue to grow, continue to learn. And if that we would ever have that situation, we would be prepared for that situation.
I was pretty nervous. I knew that we'd be doing scenarios and drills, and I knew that these drills would be very different than what we typically do in our building. So I was a little nervous to be exposed to that because I don't have a lot of experience around guns. But as we walked through it and we gradually took the steps, I was able to work my way up to what the active situation would look like. And so before we were just thrown in, I had learned what the gunshot might sound like from far away versus nearby. And I knew how to tell the difference between where in the building it might be. And so coming out of this, I feel a lot more confident in my ability to respond.
The classroom work that we did during the training kind of reinforced a lot of new ideas, and it generated some new questions that I think as a team we will sit down and ask and find the best answers to, because in reality what it comes down to is safety for everyone.
We will meet after this training to determine what we need to change in our procedures so that everyone is safe within the building.
If, a scenario really would happen, it would be very frightening and very scary. But I'm glad that I do have the training. I do feel like there will be a little muscle memory. Maybe I'll remember enough things to survive with my students.
I feel as an immediate responder especially that I could take charge in my own classroom or in my counseling office if I had students with me at the time. And I feel a lot better prepared in what my plan is in the different scenarios and a lot of different ways than I was before. I hadn't considered how many different options that I might have or have to make in an immediate action in seconds. And I feel much better about the different options that I have and the way I might put them into play.
Well, personally, I have 2 kids that go to school here. And just like every parent, the most precious gift from God is my kids. And as a parent, I want them to be safe. I want them to be taken care of every day. And knowing that we're training our teachers that my students are going to be with for the next several years means a lot. And to know that if something would happen, my kids are going to be taken care of.
So happy we're getting the training, and it's absolutely critical that across our state, across our country, everyone gets access to this.
If we can give you something else to keep yourself and your students safe or help you survive, then we've accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish.
I just think we cannot put our head in the sand and ignore our current reality. School safety is our top priority. Always has been, always will be. And the better prepared we can be, the more proactive we can be as a school district will only help us out in dealing with situations of crisis.